Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom Fury. This is Zero News. Not a video planned to make today, but what in the monkey dick is going on with Labour? I think they finally lost it. They've announced some news which I haven't seen it like publicly broadcast on, say, mainstream media and stuff. They haven't made a big bells and whistles thing about it, and yet it's some of the most massive U-turns they've made. Um, And don't get me wrong, I treat this with the same trust as I treat, oh, we're going to stop migrants coming over, yeah? I take it with that same amount of trust, but nevertheless, just verbally, our Prime Minister has made it very, very clear that he will never, never, never um, go back on something, at least not in the way that normal politicians would. He does flip flop all the time, but what I mean is he sticks to those words and he won't ever admit that he's wrong on anything. Certainly doesn't reverse policies or laws. So I switched on this morning and I see that not on a press conference, not in the PMQs, but actually on X, a post has been released by the Home Office. It's an interesting post and you need to listen to this. So the Home Office posts on X, got 330,000 views. Sounds like a lot. You think about news like this should be national, but they won't lose face by saying this nationally. That's what I'm getting at. This has been slid out the back door. The grooming gang scandal is one of the darkest moments in our country's history. Same thing that they were denying and didn't want nothing to do with, where the most vulnerable were abused and exploited by evil child rapists. I hope this isn't fake. It says at UK Home Office, right, on X. Musk's commented on this one. The Independent National Inquiry will now begin its work to uncover how these crimes were allowed to happen and drew out failure wherever it occurred. Again, faith in this is another thing, but just the words being said is shocking considering that it's been denied. The inquiry will be laser focused on grooming gangs and will explicitly examine the role of ethnicity, religion, and culture, including how institutions responded. God, if only this was like going to be backed up. There will be no hiding place for the predatory monster who commits these vile crimes. Oh, if only they meant it. And it carries on. Police time will no longer be wasted investigating legal social media posts, freeing up officers to patrol the streets and tackle real crime. I don't believe a word of this, by the way, but by scrapping non-crime hate incidents, we are balancing. By non-crime hate incidents, what they mean is, unless you're threatening someone down the phone with death, a lot of the hate speech rules are going to be taken out, but they won't say we're going to remove the hate speech stuff because that would be admitting that you were wrong. So they're just wording it differently. But what they mean is all those social media posts that you'll be getting arrested for, that's going to stop. We are balancing the protection of vulnerable communities whilst respecting free speech. Our AI in Britain has a soft wall. Around the rest of Europe, it has a hard wall. What does that mean? Hard wall means you're either right or you're wrong, good or bad. That's how other people do it around the world. And Europe's thinking about doing it our way because we have a soft wall in Britain. Sounds good. It sounds dynamic, right? But a soft wall means that anything can be offensive. Any word, anything can be offensive. So very interesting. So they've taken AI's free speech away even, and our ability to talk to it. So over recent years, over recent years, guidance has failed to keep pace with the digital age and has led to officers being called out to people's homes over insults and routine arguments. No shit. New measures announced today will introduce a new system that will prevent police from recording lawful free speech. Forces will continue to ensure that reports from the public, which may lead to genuine harm, get the right response. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Seriously, what is going on? I don't get it. People are on here saying, it's because of the May election. I'm sorry, but Starmer has proved himself to be too stubborn, too much of a wanker to step back like this from anything. And also, if this was about elections, then showing it to 330,000 people is not enough. You'd need to make a press conference or something like this, or at least a PMQs of this, and let everybody know across the mainstream media, wouldn't you? If you were trying to do this for elections. The only thing I can think of is this going to go public? I mean, much more public than it is now. Is this going to be pushed? Is this their way of trying to balance the restore side of things? Honestly, I don't think so. And the other thing as well is just because they're saying it doesn't mean they do it. We heard this about stopping migrants coming in the country, and they stopped one. Nevertheless, to even see his government, all of this is walking things back. They said they wouldn't do the grooming gangs. They said that, we've been tightening the online safety bill, blah, 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 blah. And now they're walking things back. We've never seen this from Starmer's lot in this way before. What is going on? I should be celebrating this. It's making me feel uncomfortable. Why? Seriously, it's making me feel it's making me feel very, very uncomfortable. Why? Why is it making me feel uncomfortable? I mean, yes, I don't trust him. Yes, I don't believe in half the stuff that he says. But more than that, why do I feel unsettled by it? What are they up to? I genuinely feel unsettled by it. Let's have a look, see what people say in the comments. So Elon Musk says promising. Well, repeal of the online safety bill would be promising for Elon, but Elon's rolled over for our Prime Minister more than a lot of people realise. They all think he's a big hero fighting for free speech. Elon has rolled over multiple times now. See, no one's really got any answers but the May elections. I mean, someone's saying, Starmer and the London deep state have been overthrown. By who? There's talks of Prince Charles dying, by the way, at the moment. Do you know that? And that Prince Andrew has got control. I don't know if this is true. It's rumour. Just take that as rumour for now. And someone's quite clearly someone said what's happened, and someone just put a picture of Rupert Lowe on there and said this happened. Maybe it is that simple. Maybe he sees a genuine, truthful threat in Rupert Lowe that he doesn't see in all the other parties and all the other candidates. I don't know. But it doesn't. I mean, they've got access to more tools than we have. And I'm seeing a seismic shift of people towards Rupert Lowe. So with all the tools they've got, they must be seeing analytics from across the web and other places moving towards Lowe. Perhaps they can see, but even so, do they really think making an X post that 330,000 people see is going to be enough? No, it doesn't make sense. It's like doing it out the back door. If you were doing it in response to him, sure you'd do it out the front door and say, we're doing all this, wouldn't you? I don't know. I just don't get it. I just can't do it, Captain. It's just no delirium crystals left, Captain. She's gonna blow. I can't figure it out. Maybe I'm stupid. That wouldn't be a fucking surprise to anybody, would it? But I'm looking through now. I mean, the most obvious thing, right, is April Fool's, right? Except it's the Home Office. They wouldn't. They fucking wouldn't. Somebody else is saying it's because of, the violence that's been happening. Someone else has got a bit of an interesting take. They're saying they're about to roll out their Islamophobia rules. I thought that was stopped. I don't know. I thought that had been stopped, but they're about to roll out their Islamophobia rules, and the inquiry is limited to some local investigations without any authority to compel testimony. It's headlines to cover for more of the same. But the most common consensus is that they're facing a wipeout in the elections in May. And I don't know if I believe that that's the reason, especially as if you're trying to do it for an election, you would surely put it up in lights. We've done this. Therefore, you wouldn't say this out, but therefore no need to vote for them because we've already done it. Right? That's why you would do something like this, right? If it's about elections. So why make an X post seen by 330,000 people? That's not your voter base. Half of them are going to be abroad. So it's a strange place to do it and not back it up with MSM articles. And there should be all kinds of articles being pushed out to push Labour's policies to show, hey, look, we're ahead of the curve, guys. Even though they're not, even though they fucked up our AI, they fucked up our many businesses we used to do business with. Yeah, they've severed connections with companies that some of them have got our. See, this may be it. A lot of companies have got our government in court for what they've done, and a lot of companies will never trade with us again. At least not with this Prime Minister. And then you got somebody, I think, with a more realistic take is just that they know they need to do something now if they've got any hope for the next election. And I think that might be more likely. I feel this is more of a long game move. Otherwise, you wouldn't move it out the back door. And you know, I just don't think this is a sort of May election thing. It's not Starmer's style. He doesn't walk things back. But to try and even the playing ground for the next election, where people who may actually walk from Labour straight to Restore, that may happen. And if there's policies or there's things that are being brought up to Labour over and over again by their constituents, like grooming gangs, I don't know. But someone's got to have been knocking on his door constantly about it for this to all come out. Now, he knows what his country's unhappy about. He knows why we hate him, which means he knew perfectly well what he was doing to us in the first place. He knew exactly how much we would hate it. And now he's going to be a hero for undoing what he has done. How's that a hero? You've been called out and now you can... But regardless, forget the idea that Restore is a... I know people do get tribalised, right? But forget the idea that Restore is a tribalised niche. One thing we can see on here is these are people I've never seen before. These are people from all across the country. And all of them are saying... Not all of them, so many of them are saying it's Restore's coming. That's why they've seen Restore, they've seen Rupert Lowe. So it's either the elections they're blaming or Rupert Lowe. My point being is there's no talk of any other party. There's no talk of any other leader. It's either the elections or Rupert Lowe they're talking about. Nobody else. Isn't that interesting? Rupert Lowe's only just opened a political party. And yet he is the one that everybody is referencing through this post as being a reason. No other politician, no other party, just him. That shows you the power that he's got with the common man and the common people in this country. And this is why he actually might win, because he really does have the ear of the common people. Let's see if he can keep it. So yeah, tell me what you think of this wacky, strange turnaround by the Home Office. You don't have to believe that they're going to do a word of it. But why do you think this is happening? Again, May elections come in, but they've released it kind of out the back door on X, 330,000 people out of a country of what, 70 million now? So tell me what you think, because I'm a bit lost with this one. This is why I had to make a video about it. But other interesting things going on as well. I'm Tom Fury. This is Zero News. I'm calling it a day for now.